Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. Let's go, let's go. It's your boy Trey, and this is First Formation. So come on and fall in, and let's get it going. Plenty to talk about in so little time. Come on, fall in before we get started. Before I really get started, a couple things happened in NBA, little in the WNBA. You already know today's day in which they release the NFL regular season schedules for your teams. I'm very sure they're going to leak at some point today where you have a couple. Uh, but today supposed to be released 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central, 6 Pacific. A feat that has never happened before in the MLB or Major League Baseball. We'll talk about that a little. Christian Christian Yelich hits for the cycle. What's going on, Key? Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? But Christian Yelich hit for the cycle versus the Reds last night. Of course, if you don't know what the cycle is, for those who don't who watch it just for the love and the support, the cycle is in baseball is when a player uh, hits to attain a single, a double, a triple, as well as the home run, all in one game. In which Christian Yelich completed that feat last night, which was his third time in doing it in his career, and oddly enough, each time has been against the Cincinnati Reds, in which is the feat that no player has ever done, hit for the cycle three times versus the same team. Interesting, very interesting. I guess well, certain people that you play against, you just stand up for. And in this case, it seems like Yelich person people in which he does that is the Cincinnati Reds. So of course, as we all know, uh, NBA continued last night with a couple of games, of course. But before I get into that, it was a couple things that came. So it's no secret that the Los Angeles Lakers are in search for a coach after they filed Frank Vogel after the end of the season. So far, my understanding is they have interviewed or are interviewing Mark Jackson, as well as currently yesterday they gained permission. What's good, Anthony? What's good? What's going on? He just yeah, Key. I mean, it be like that sometimes. It definitely be like that sometimes. You know what I learned, and what I have learned is, especially during stuff like competitions, like I don't really, Anthony. Of course, we are interviewing every. See, y'all don't understand what it means to be greatness. That's what that is. Y'all don't understand what it means to be greatness, in which you just can't have anybody and everybody a part of. What I'm saying, at the helm of your organization. It has to be the creme de la creme. How the how Bishop and then Lastanton was talking about Krispy Kreme is the top donut. But if that was the case, then the Lakers are the Krispy Kreme company, and we need to make sure that they're fresh and piping hot coming out of our organization. So we just can't have just anybody. It has to be the top people that are who is available at that point, or even the top people. Some people might be willing to go ahead and leave their organizations. Like I was just about to say, Kenny Atkinson, who is currently on the staff of the Golden State Warriors, has been given permission to interview with the Lakers, and of course, head coaching position. So Yeah, we greatly appreciate. We look forward to the interviews. I'm not gonna say Kenny Atkins would be my top prospect, but of course, who am I? I'm just a person that talks about sports with y'all every morning. But back to what you saying, Keith. Yes, Draymond getting into it. Draymond said ain't no one gonna whoop the he ain't gonna whoop their trick by himself, so he had to get into the festivities. Uh, but that was a whipping. What's good, Brady? Good morning, sir. How you doing? But definitely that was a whooping last night. We talked about how Miami dropped 35 and Phoenix dropped 30, and then here comes the next night. Memphis is like, hold my beer, and put up 39. Who get is someone 40, 40, 39, 39, see 39, 40, 40, 40, you want to score 40, 40, 40, 40, 45. That's what I'm feeling. That's what's going on tonight. It's going to have an auction of points, a bevy of points coming up. Does Philly get turned out, turned away, and get dropped a 50 piece on? Like, what's really going on? I'm willing to interested in seeing. What's going on? So yeah, whoop, like you said, whoop that trick. That's what was going on. That they had it going in Memphis. See, it's that grit and grind mentality. I think that mentality of saying they don't care. We gonna do us, and which is going to be hellacious at the end of the day because all we know is Memphis ain't winning 3 games in a row. You, I mean, Anthony, I would kind of agree with you. I mean, worse things have happened, but yeah, it's I don't foresee it either because now they got to go back to Golden State and get a dub. I'm very sure Curry's going to be on one again without Ja. It would be interesting to see them win 3 in a row. I don't know. So, but definitely one of those situations where uh, I don't think it's yeah. I think close. I think although I did say that, or I think Bishop said it as well. We believe they're going to close out tonight. It's not going to go 7. Josh talking about Grizz and 7, but like I said, I don't think it's going to go 7. But I mean, it can. But I don't foresee them. I think Steph is going to go ballistic. Someone is, if not Steph, someone's going to have a game. Jordan Poole or someone like that is going to have a hell of a game. What's good, KG or sorry. Right. So yeah, I rock with Memphis. It's just unfortunate they up against Golden State right now, but they one of the ones I rock with. Golden State. If it ain't Lakers, Golden State. Not Golden State. I'm feeling Memphis. Um, that grit and grind. I like that. I like that mentality. Um, but however, it might be too little, too late. And we all expected them to get a good game in after the fact when Ja went out, and I think that's all that they did it. I don't think they could sustain that against the same team over the course of the next week. So they had a good run. Number 2 seed. We might mess around and see both number 2 seeds going home in the course of it all said and done, where it won't be a 2 seed. It'd be a 3 seed in the championship. Some of these things from last as of course, like we talk about the aforementioned Golden State Warriors faced off against the Grizzlies last night in Memphis. Pulled up. Someone pulled up. I don't think it was the Golden State Warriors that pulled up, but definitely someone pulled up. Golden State 95 to 134, 39-point pummeling at the end of the day. Golden State just wasn't in lock and step, as they said. It was embarrassment. Performance. Of course, the leading scorer Klay Thompson's 19 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Steph Curry 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Kaminga. Draymond doing his usual, so that's not unexpected. 55 points, 5 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. 10 points from Damian Lee. Jordan Poole, 20 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 10 points from Moses Moody, Kevin Looney, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Uh, Basically, for the most part, everyone got into the game. I guess they just emptied the clip. It just was they were shooting blanks at the end of the day. The Grizzlies, more so for the most part, same thing. Brandon Clark, 11.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from Conchard. Kyle Anderson, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Zaire Williams, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. DeAnthony Melton, 10 rebounds. Correction, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Tyus Jones, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 21 points, 2 7 points, 30 rebounds, 3 assists from Steven Adams. Dylan Brooks with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Of course, lastly, Jaren Jackson uh, to close out the three with the 20 points or more, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, knocking down 3 pointers left and right. Um, I was on a call last night, and I know there was someone talking about how they didn't understand why Jaren Jackson was out there shooting them threes. A 39-point thrashing says why he was out there shooting them threes. Of course, that win uh, still just lessens one game from that Golden State Warriors lead, as they thought the gentleman sweep was in effect. It didn't happen, so now they're currently 3-2 with the 2 games remaining. Of course, one in Golden State, and then the home court advantage or the finisher in Memphis. You could think this series would be in Memphis' favor right now had Ja hit that layup, but again, stranger things have happened. It might have been Anthony. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people let their confidence gets the best of them, and you get a little overly confident, and you omit the fact that you playing somebody, and these people has that same drive. Like, we not gonna act. We can't just act like that. Golden State. Memphis wasn't the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, even though they might be outmatched a little bit, or they have the least when it comes to star power. But we can't. They just can't omit them cats, and they showed it. That they're here is a reason to be talked. We're a reason to be talked about. I'm here. The fact I've been getting in, missing the games, or catching the back end of it. But in any case, NBA action is fantastic. So of course, the second game of last night, or the first game actually, uh, as Bishop would say, Battle of the Greens. The Milwaukee Bucks faced off against Boston in Boston. Another 2 seed goes down as Milwaukee squeaks it out with the 110-107 win. This is their so I have a theory. Or not necessarily theory. Let's talk about this for a second before we actually get into it. So you have two situations or twice in the series to where Milwaukee has squeaked past with the first what I think it was game 3, in which you got the dunk and they went ahead and they went up, or Boston was ahead and they missed the shot and they ended up losing. And then last night you had the situation in which there was I don't know how these people were bumbling and fumbling the ball, couldn't get their hands on the ball to get the rebound. Uh, but of course they paid for it. At this point, if they had won those 2 games, the series would have been over. They would have swept Milwaukee, or even a gentleman sweep, one of the two. But now you have a situation where Boston has to go back to Milwaukee. It could be facing an elimination, a number 2 seed that we all was huge on after they handled Kevin Durant. All the talking was going down. It's like, oh, they're a problem. A problem Good. What's good, Frank? What's good? What's good morning, Taylor, Stanton. So now they have a problem on their hands. Of course, just like anything else, Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 40 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 24 points from Drew Holiday, uh, 13 points from Cat Connaughton, a stat filler in Bobby Portis with 14 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists. Brooke Lopez in 20 minutes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Wesley Matthews, 9.7 rebounds, 2 assists. We stated and said that the Bucks, in order to get the W, are going to need some help from someone other than Giannis, a little more help. And of course, who steps up? Drew Holiday, with a couple of conservative efforts in the to get those plays off. We'll get to that in a second. What's good morning, Dale? Good morning, good morning. How you doing? Appreciate you falling in with us this morning. Uh, Jason Tatum, 34.6 rebounds, 4 assists. Al Horford, 8 rebounds, 8.6 assists. Marcus Smart, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Jalen Brown, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. 11 points from Daniel Theis. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists from Derek White. Um, Grant Williams wasn't able to produce anything in his 31 minutes of play. He only produced 0 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Uh, as we was talking about, just speaking of, um, I don't know, was it a mental midget or what exactly he is? But of course, when you look at, I know Marcus Smart has to feel disgusted at the end of the day. He wasn't able to get. He wasn't able to get anything late in the game, as of course we see the first with the last 11 seconds left in the game. He gets blocked and allowed the turn Drew Holiday to throw the ball off his body for to go out of bounds to give him the ball back. They go down. They get go up by 3. Marcus Smart gets the ball back again, fumbles it for a second, and then gets ripped by Drew Holiday again, in which he goes down and run the clock out to end the game. We're not going to omit the fact of during that sequence in the last within the last 40 seconds that it was a couple of times in which Marcus Smart actually had a potential opportunity to rebound the ball and somehow missed the bobbled it, went off his fingertips, didn't secure it, didn't grab it. And of course, Milwaukee got the ball, put it back in, and went. So it just seemed like Marcus Smart was completely out in sorts. It wasn't locked in all the way through all 48 minutes of the game. And of course, not just him, but it cost him the game at the end of the day. And then Grant Williams, he didn't make anything. I know they was without their center. Um, so that's the way that cricket crumbled. Uh, of course, Milwaukee will have to be going back home. I think they play Thursday night or Friday. Correct, Friday night. They'll be playing to see if they can end that and make a trip back to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, correction, Eastern Conference Final. And it's no different when I think about it. It's no different than saying the 2 seed in Golden State. We can't dispel the fact that Milwaukee is the current defending NBA champions, and the disrespect how they be talked. They're not even talked about when it comes to this. Uh, and maybe they got something to say. It remains to be seen. Of course, we know tonight's games, game sixes, where you have Philly facing going Philly against Miami tonight. Uh, Miami may send them home. I don't know. Or correction, may keep them home. It's like you ain't gotta go nowhere. We gotta leave. We'll come back and holler at you next season. But of course, like I said, tonight's games, game sixes, Miami, Philly, 6 o'clock tonight, and then of course Phoenix and Dallas, 8:30 tonight in Dallas. Uh, I greatly disagree with that, Anthony. Yo, nah, it hasn't been a three-time MVP, back to back to back MVP getter since Larry Bird, and I don't think not in this day and age. I don't think Jokic could get that taken care of. I mean, he does. He did. Like I said again, he had the people he was lacking, in my opinion. That's what got him. I mean, outside the fact of he gained stuff in different ways and areas. If you go and look at the complete stat breakdown, like he was effective in the many ways of the game outside of what we just see. But come next year, he should have his running partner back, and then or his top two, some of his top two players. I mean, teammates. He's not going to get another MVP. It would take a lot for him to get another MVP if with his full team healthy, and then you got to take into consideration the other team. It's a lot of factors. I don't foresee Jokic getting the MVP back to back to back. I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Um, but I mean, like you said, it's a take. It'd be interesting. Market 9:22 in the morning. On this day, May 12th, Anthony Price says the Joker, Nikola Jokic will win a third consecutive MVP as long as the team stays the same. I'll try to remember that. Y'all have that, that situation where you sit up and looking and you're thinking about something and something happens and then you get this light bulb like, and you're like, dang, Anthony did say this. But I don't believe in fairy tales, kid. So I don't foresee that happening. Uh, but like you're saying, Mavs and Suns, Heat, 76ers. It's going down tonight. My prediction, the Heat. Well, I'm not gonna say a prediction. I would like the Heat to close out, but it's possible the 76ers get a win. And then, of course, secondly, I would like to see the Mavericks close out. I mean, correction, get the win and force a game 7 in Phoenix. But I think Phoenix gets the W and they continue on and wait for the winner in Memphis and Golden State. So, when you, if you wasn't paying attention, finally, I think it was a situation. As you know, the Jets GM Sean Marks stated yesterday. They came on the record stating that they would like to get more from Kyrie Irving. He needs to have more of a commitment to their organization. Now, he did say, I'm big on inclusive words. So a few times he did state that what he means, everyone. Hey, Moral Girl, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you falling in with us this morning. Thank you. So what they did state, or what he did say, and he didn't just put it all that on Kyrie. He did state that any and all players need to have a commitment and need to be there, need to be present in order for the organization to work. So of course, what we currently have is Kyrie Irving has a player option, which of course doesn't it means he decides if he's going to sign uh, with the Brooklyn Nets or not. If he does come back, they will be paying him a little over $6 million for the year. So he makes that determination. If he does decide to come back, then of course he needs to buy into uh, to whatever's going on there. They want him there basically. If you look at it, Kyrie's been in Brooklyn for he played 200 and a little less than 250 games. He has missed more games than he has played at this point, with I think a 120 to 103 ratio or something like that, 123 or something like that in that area. So maybe of course, as a GM, that's a problem. A coach or anyone, if you're sitting and you're watching this player, that is a good addition to your organization that potentially gets wins for you, and you're just watching them sit. Now, there's a difference is of an injury, not necessarily, but I guess when you take it, like everyone has their own mind things like that. For the most part, Kyrie missed a lot of this year due to the fact of his relentless uh I ain't gonna say relentless, him relenting to take a vaccine to get the vaccinated to play. Ultimately, the league allowed, or correction, New York raised or dropped the restrictions, and that allowed him to be able to go play for this year. So I don't know. Like, what do you say to that when your player's not? If your player isn't available, my thing is you find value because sent to somewhere where he would have been able, or where you get some value back, and your player and you're able to play, put someone on the floor or put someone out on the floor that's going to be able to be productive. And now I think that's where the organization is at. Like, if there's a conversation to be had, if Kyrie would like to stay a Brooklyn net, then he picks up his option, and then after that they'll have a conversation. At the end of the day, after he picks up that option, unless he has a no trade clause, he's able to be dealt, and Brooklyn might pull that trigger if need be. I ask any of y'all that's out there, if Kyrie, if you was a GM for New York, I mean correction, for Brooklyn, are you trading Kyrie if you can get a good deal? Oh, probably so, Anthony, without a doubt. Them Steinbrenners and stuff like that came knocking and is like, hey, Aaron Judge can't play because of the restrictions. Because it was mighty handily. It's interesting how when the baseball season popped back up, and then all of a sudden the when you had a couple of New York Yankees that couldn't play, now they lifted the their dropped their parameters for testing. I mean, conspiracy theory. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. It's very possible. It looks a little fishy. So always that. But of course, uh basically that's where they're at with it. And some I was just looking at this morning and found out the NBA has revamped their postseason awards. Of course, um a little tweaking here and there to the Larry O'Brien Trophy, which is the championship trophy in which the players get. I mean, the organizations get for winning the championship. They've rebranded the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals trophies for the MVPs, which is now it used to be the Bill Russell Award. Now it is called the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird Award, respectively. Eastern Conference is the Larry Bird Award. The Western Conference is the Magic Johnson Award. Irvin Magic Johnson. Kyrie can play now, so keep him. And you know what? That might be a situation, Anthony, where when Sean Marks was speaking of, it might have been a situation where he said that and he changed it to like we all need to be present when like you just said, with Ben Simmons is not available currently. He just had surgery, expected to be out up to 4 months. So now you're looking at him coming back in or around August, and having maybe a month or two to get in a couple of runs to strengthen his back, to get his wind back, and all that before the season starts, most likely in October. So I mean, it remains to be seen. We'll basically we'll have to see if any of them, or like I said, even if Kyrie doesn't, I mean not Kyrie, if Kyrie stays, they still have Ben. A KD and Ben connection probably isn't that bad, but of course you want Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons. That's all on the same squad now, and you get a chance to look and see what that invokes or how that looks. You still have Joe Thomas, who was out the majority of the year due to injury. Um, they still have an opportunity. Well, they don't have any draft picks, so trades, uh, free agent pickups. They still have Blake Griffin, uh, Gorgon Dragic, as well as Lamarcus Aldridge. That is on the squad. So wait, hold up. Who does Paul Millsap play for? Does he play for Brooklyn or is it Philly? Where is he at now? I just thought about that. If he's in Philly, I wonder why he's even getting any time. But yeah, but back to what I was talking about the awards. So yeah, so now you have that to where those awards have been given out or will be given out. Like I said, the Eastern Conference Award will be the Larry Bird trophy. The Magic Johnson Award will be the award given out in the Western Conference for the MVP. And then also the Bob Cousy and Oscar Robertson Awards have been redesignated. Have been now designated as the awards given for the Eastern and Western Conference finals winners. So of course, the O'Brien Award for the championship, the Western Conference, Oscar Robertson, Eastern Conference, Bob Cousy, and then the Magic Johnson for the West MVP, and Larry Bird for the East MVP. So you got that going, of course. It's branding. Branding is something else. So I go back. It's interesting to see the conference MVPs be given as for Larry Bird and Magic Johnson because after I've watched They Call Me Magic and after watching the winning season, it that was like the catalyst in a sense when we talked about gameplay. It was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. It was all about that whole era was all about Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, in which we just talked about the other day, as we seen where I talked about how Larry Bird gave Sean Kemp, rookie Sean Kemp, Rain Man Sean Kemp, a 40 piece with a 10-piece biscuits and 10-piece side. Uh, for him being the kid that broke all his records in Indiana. So he had to show him that he's still the big dog, no matter where he is, no where he's at. This is who he is, calling every shot, as Sean Kemp said it. So to put that in perspective, now they have awards named after them for the next foreseeable future. Uh, that's a pretty grand gesture, in my opinion. Um, I know Bishop is trying to get in. He's having technical difficulties still. He got signed off on. He already won. He wouldn't put in a purchase request, and supposedly it was signed off on. So of course presumably at some point he'll have another computer, so that way he doesn't have any problems with the cameras or anything like that. But I told him to get a Mac. If he gets a Mac, those problems will be eradicated. You won't have any issues. You know what? I get it. People are scared of Apple products. I get it. Technology is very intimidating at times, and it can be a lot to try to learn a new system so advanced as that is Apple. And I think that's where Bishop is at. He doesn't want to get an Apple phone, which is saying everyone has their preferences. I understand it. Don't let my preference to be an Apple owner uh, demean yours to be a Android. But greatness is greatness, as we stated earlier when we was talking about the Lakers. Same thing with Apple. Uh, no, stop it, Anthony. Come on, man. Anything which you drop is going to break. You tell me what partially glass phone or anything that's partially glass that you have that you may own that if you drop it, it's not going to break. I'll wait. just because that material in the body style is made that it breaks easily. We all know that anything which you drop at any particular time, if you don't have a protection, that is going to break. We're not going to act like Apple is the only phone that's out here breaking, because I've seen the plenty of Androids and Samsungs that have cracked screens and are broken up. Team Apple is all I'm saying. Um, Additionally, of course, um, last night, uh, Los Angeles Sparks took their first loss to the Atlanta Dream. Thank you, Jacqueline. Team Apple. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Team Apple. The WNBA games, as you said, the Sparks faced off against the Atlanta Dream. As we all know, the Atlanta Dream was earlier in the season. We're facing a few issues here and there as they were had a turnover in team ownership, but evidently it wasn't that it didn't have that much of a problem as they were able to dispatch the Lakers. Correction, the Sparks, Los Angeles Sparks, with the 75-77 game winning performance. The Dreams leading scorer was rookie Ryan Howard. Shoot 21 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Christy Wallace follows her up with 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. 11 points from Megan Walker. 10 points for Cheyenne Parker, as they, like I said, get the win over the LA Sparks, who were led by Jordan Caneda's 19.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Contribution from Nika Ngumake, 17 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Liz Cambridge with 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists from Brittany Sykes, as it was just a little too late as the Sparks fall to the Atlanta Dream. Um, in other WNBA action, you had the Storm face off against Phoenix Mercury in Phoenix, as it was a lot of hot hands going on, and it wasn't for the Storms. Of course, Jewel Lloyd dropped 20, I think game high 26 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 14 points from Sue Bird, 11 points from Easy Mag Big Gore. Gabby Williams with 5 points, 2 points from Jeanette Jantel Lavender, but as I said before, it just wasn't enough as the Mercury. Skylar Diggins Smith, 19.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Tina Charles, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists for the double-double effort. Diana Taurasi, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Diamond DeShields, 12 points, no rebounds, 4 assists. And Shea Petty, 10 rebounds, 10 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, as the Storm didn't have enough to fend off, as the Storm have now dropped to 1-2 on the year. Additionally, the Mercury moved to a 500 on the year with a 1-1 record. And then the last WNBA game of last night, of course, the Liberty versus the Sky. As we know, New York Liberty uh, got throttled. It was like another. It was like a. I don't know what's going on right now. It's like this is contagious. These points is contagious in around the NBA. But the New York Liberty now 1-1 versus the Chicago Sky now 1-1, basically because Chicago just put the out on the New York Liberty, winning 83-50. Uh, it was desolate. It was, oh my goodness, it was bad. Of course, not Natasha Howard and Batinje Laney, both 8 points apiece, respectively. 5 points, 5 rebounds for Natasha Howard, 4 from Laney, 9 points from Jocelyn Willoughby. Stephanie Dolson, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 7 points, 10 points from Han Ju, it didn't go too well for them last night. Of course, the Liberty correction, the Sky. Dana Evans, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists was her high, was the team high. 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from Rebecca Gardner. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists from Messerman. Uh, Azura Stevens, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Candace Parker, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Ruthie Hayward, 5 points, 5 rebounds. It just they emptied the bench. Everyone got a chance to score as they were victorious. Bishop, what's good with you, my friend? How you doing
What
this
up,
morning, sir?
man? What's good? What's good, man? As you can see, I'm having it's just this isn't my week for technology or whatever going on. Every time I try to get on here, it will not detect my camera. For whatever reason, it will not
It's because
pick the camera
technology
up.
detects. It's because technology detects that you're not an Apple user.
Man, if y'all don't go ahead with that. I told you I don't like apples. I don't eat. I don't need a phone. I don't need a
Who
phone that's
you you
made by
don't
Apple.
you don't Waffle House sell apple pies?
No, they sure don't. They sell Android pies. Samsung pies. That's what they sell. That's what they got going on. What's good with you, man? What's good, man? I know I'm about to get an Article 15 because I've been late all week long. All week long, I'm about to get an Article 15. I'm about to get on
AR
extra
one
duty.
five.
Yeah, I'm about to get an extra duty and all, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why I keep doing it. But either way, man, I'm here. It's Thursday. It's weekend Eve, Friday Eve. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Day after hump day, Thursday. What's good, man? I know you probably
No,
talked about a great deal of stuff. I know you talked about the thrashings. Like, what it like back to back thrashing nights? Like,
back to
one team
back
said, oh,
thrashing
well,
nights.
yeah,
Like I told them, I
y'all,
told Memphis,
we
I
gonna
told
up
Memphis,
on y'all. Yeah,
yeah, I
you
told
get us
Memphis like hold my beer, like here, hold my
yeah, yeah,
beer.
yeah. Y'all just gonna think y'all gonna thrash it. So y'all think y'all the only one can give out thrashers. Oh, we can give out thrashers too. Like what? Like what's going on? Like these teams are just beating the brakes off one another. First it was close games. Now the games are just out of hand.
I said I was thinking, I was like, I wonder who gonna set up the score at 40 tonight. 40, 40
Yeah.
got 40, got 40, 40 going once, 40 going once, 45, 45 got 45. Philly got 45, 45, 40 got Miami, 60, 60, 60, Miami 60. It's like
It's
who's next?
crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's mad crazy. I have no idea what's going on. Like they don't want to play. I don't know. And we, like I said, it's going. These games about to go 7 games.
You think
It's
so? I think they end tonight, man.
you think who in tonight?
Both the Phoenix and the Mavericks series. I mean the Suns.
Well, that
The
one I did
Miami.
say. The Suns in Dallas. I did say. I think Dallas is going to be the one to come up short on that
Yeah, and
one.
I think Miami gets to like takes it finishes out tonight too. I'm sorry, Keith.
Really,
Yeah,
really, you think Miami gonna go ahead and close it out
yeah.
and rest up for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. We'll see
It's yeah.
though. Time will tell. Time tonight
Yeah, I
will
say that
tell.
now, then I look up and then we it's like, and we got
Yeah,
a game 7
yeah,
going back
yeah.
to Miami.
For that part.
You know what
That part.
when you get those game 7s, it's like when you got leeway, you got a couple of games, you got like good. It's like but you get to game 7, it's like at this point, it's like, hey,
Yeah,
whoever win or go home at this point.
that
So it's
part.
like every little
Win or
thing,
go home. Yep. Win or go home.
everyone
Yep.
has a job that's potentially a loss.
Yeah. I know this question came up. Hold on. I can pull it up, man. Um, I just think I don't know why I can't remember losing this week. This is just a bad week. Um, I know some analysts were asking this um, yesterday.
Mm, mm,
But tell me
mm,
your thoughts. I
mm,
want to hear
mm,
everybody's thoughts
mm.
actually.
Ooh, that's a good question. Uh,
Two great players, two definitely ball dominant players, two definite scorers. But I already know who I'm thinking. It's kind of, even though it's hard in a way, it's kind of easy.
I don't know. Uh,
For
I
me,
like
it's
Luca.
Booker.
I like Luca's game, man.
I mean, I like both their game, but for me, it's Booker because Booker played better D than Luca.
Which Key just said.
Yeah, Booker plays better D than Luca. So therefore, I would have to go with Booker over Luca, in my opinion. Just to, I see you, King. I see you. Yeah, Luca isn't that. What you say? Luca isn't that good defensively. He isn't. He isn't. He can't hold nobody. That's the thing about Luca. That's his downfall.
But
He
that
can
could be
kill you.
taught.
That could be
Yeah,
taught.
but Booker did. I don't. If you have to pick out of the two, why have to teach somebody when I got one who already knows how to do it? There's no need. I don't need to teach him. All now I can focus on other stuff. If Booker already knows how to play deep, we know he's a scoring machine. Outside, inside, mid range. Don't want to get me wrong. Luca can too. He's mid range. He's like everywhere. Like he's all around in the all around score. But on the defensive side, he lacking. He's lacking it tremendously.
I think I would take Luca, man.
Really?
Yeah. I
That's
mean, I know, like you said, why would you want to, why would you want someone that you got to teach that to? It's like, true
mm-hmm.
that. I understand that completely. But, you know what I'm saying? Like my pastor would say, no one wants a turnkey blessing. You don't want a turnkey blessing. So I would basically want, if I have to get him and put him in position, and work on him to get him to where I need him to be, once he's there, it's that's so much more better. If I can set up and get Luca to be able to buy in to be in the defensive, and he doesn't have to be the best defensive player on the court. I just need him to be a good defensive player on the court when he's in there. And
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the other things in which he brings to the table, I think that'll be not to say eclipse, but I think that becomes more of a value at some point. Like he's a big body. Uh, he can shoot. He can pass.
Mm-hmm.
He can score. He can fill
Mm-hmm.
the bucket up, do all like that. What we was just talking about with Booker. I think we just have to get him to buy in, and once he gets that mentality, I think he's built different. So if you can get that buy in, then that's a difference. Now, if he never buys into playing off defense, now you got a problem where you look at. Damn, you know what I'm saying? As you see Booker run up and down the court, you look at it like, I let him go for this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But that was a good question. That was a good question.
Yeah. Like
It makes you
yeah.
think
That's yeah.
because
Makes you think.
initially you are giving up something for the other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Without question, in my opinion, you definitely give up something for the other.
Because that what and then additionally, excuse me, and so additionally, what ended up happening is at some point we're going to be at the point to where does can Booker run a team by himself? Like,
But do you need him to? Why do you need him to? That's the problem with
well,
Luca.
right now you don't.
But
Right now you don't.
that's the problem with Luca.
True, true.
You
Yeah. It's opposite. Luca doesn't have
right.
the. He seems to still be growing into being a facilitator, and like, of course, playing overseas, he's through his all his accolades and stuff like that. He's built and he has gotten better, and he recognizes that I'm that dude. But
Mm-hmm.
can he get the rest of his team to be those dudes too?
Right.
And on the flip side of it, Chris Paul is not going to be in Phoenix forever. So, and Phoenix is
But we
right
seen
now.
how Booker played without Chris Paul when Chris Paul was out.
Yeah, but
We
can he
did
do that?
see that he was able to do it. They were able
But
to
can
do it
he
without
sustain
Chris
that? Can he sustain that on his own over the course
through a
of
full season.
a full season? Yeah, like that's the thing. Like at the points in which Chris Paul is gone is going to be had and can he carry his team in that
Yeah.
way. And that would be one of the things we know Luca can for the most part. It may not be the most effective, in which it is a problem later on in the year when you now you need all your teammates and not just onesies and twosies here and there. But we know that he can carry a team without anyone else. But can Booker do that? And so that, like I said, so that's why I think that what you're giving up for one or the other, and that's no different. Booker could be taught as well to be
Mhm.
that leader to carry the team. So it's just this. I think it's just depending on you would have to be giving up one or the other initially until you get them in your camp and y'all work together and have an understanding of what one another wants and what you would like to see happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just something I saw yesterday, which I felt like I felt like, oh man, that's a good question. Like, these are two ball dominant individuals who play uh, phenomenal basketball on both teams. Um, so I thought I would, raise that question again and be like, oh, yeah, I can see it.
So what you I know we went through it already. So what we'd like to get your take. What did you think of last night's games?
So I didn't see any of them because of the
Okay.
fact that I was out, out and about. But I will say that I wasn't expecting another night of blowouts. I will say that. However, I guess because of the way these games have been playing out, I guess I should have expected it. But I will say, may the best man win when it comes down to it. These games are uh, they're getting scary. They're getting, these teams are definitely playing for all the marbles, man. They not they're not taking these games lightly. Like I said, the thing for me is though how they just blowing these cats out though. The blowouts is what's killing me. Like that's what has me in awe. Like why are these teams just like these teams made the playoffs? You're getting blown out. It's almost as though you feel like you shouldn't have made the playoffs if you've been blown out like that. You don't get blown out like that making the playoffs, in my opinion.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. But then that Boston game was pretty good. I didn't get a chance to catch it, but it was when I looked at the
Preview
uh, the preview, the
highlights.
highlights and stuff like that, and the commentary for it. The Boston game went down there, and I kept on seeing in the chat people was like, "Oh, they fighting, like they going at it." And I was like,
They were.
well, I'm sitting,
It looks like they were.
yeah, yeah." And then Drew Holiday, we said someone got to step up. Who would it be? And look, and sure enough, Drew Holiday pulls up to the curve,
Which
like,
they were
"Hey,
just
let's."
talking about the other night. How Drew was like missing again. Like and that's the thing with Drew Holiday, man. He's so inconsistent. You don't know what Drew you getting on what night. His inconsistency is horrible, bro.
Well, like you
His
said,
inconsistency is
we
hard. It's real bad.
this before we go on to NFL, as we know, tonight is the good night in the NFL. I have to
That
ask
part.
your take on yesterday. Y'all GM Sean Marks pulled up and basically stated that Kyrie needs to be more committed to the organization.
Yeah, I just saw that. I
Did
just
you
saw
did
that.
you did you agree or did you see any lies
I
in
agree.
anything he was saying?
I agree. I totally agree. If you about the team and you want to win and you trying to get to the ultimate goal of winning a championship, you have to be all about the team. You got to be all in or nothing. And if you're nothing, you need to move on from Brooklyn and move somewhere else. In my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I love Kyrie. Kyrie's a dude, that dude. But if you're not panning out, bro, it is what it is. It's time to cut ties and move on.
At this point, Kyrie is what
And I'm sure KD is frustrated and got Kyrie who didn't play pretty much in the whole season. Then you got Ben coming over here having mental issue problems and back problems and this and that. Like Kyrie, KD. I know he like, come on, man. I can't win for losing. KD feel like I am, like I feel about this damn community.
KD, like I could have stayed in Golden State for this.
That part, especially being the way the Golden State is playing right now, bro. They are playing phenomenal ball, bro. So of course so of course he feels some type of way.
I could have went to LA for this.
No, not that part. No, he that desperate. Stop it, he that desperate. He is not that desperate.
Oh, you gotta be.
You
No,
would
you gotta
say
be.
LA. You would come with some nonsense. Hey, you could have stayed at
You
LA,
gotta be
man.
desperate
You
to go
come
to
to
LA.
LA, man.
Really?
Really, bro. You ain't going to no down in LA. If that's the case, like you said, he might as well stay in. Why go to LA? He could stay in Golden State. He was
Because
already he was
because
already in Cali.
he didn't feel the
He,
love and he didn't feel the love in Golden State
he
anymore.
ain't gonna feel it in LA either.
Yes, he would. He'd be
Man, get out of here,
revered
bro.
in LA.
Man, stop it. You know he ain't gonna feel it. He wouldn't feel the love over there. He would not feel the love over there. He would be out there. He'd be like, man, I'm trying to go, man. I see why. I see why Westbrook feel the way he feel. People go to LA to be ring chasers. That part, Anthony. That part. Speak on it, Anthony. Speak on it.
You know what?
Tell these Laker fans that tell them about themselves. Let them
You
know the
know
truth
what?
because they're blind to the fact.
You know what? I used to sit up
Tell
and
them the
think.
truth.
I used to have a problem with that saying, but now
Why?
I
It's the
don't.
truth.
I don't have a problem with that saying.
You shouldn't because it's the truth.
It,
It's definitely the truth.
but there's more in that. There's you have to pull
You
back
trying
the
to look at
onion.
the positive. Oh,
You
that
have to
means
pull
they
back
done.
the onion layers. Yes,
Yeah, you
exactly.
trying to look at the
I didn't
positive.
even have
Stop
to
it.
say. I
Stop
didn't
it.
even have to
I knew
say
where
it.
you was
You
going with
already
that.
knew where it
I
was.
knew where
I
you was
even
going
had
with
to
that.
say
Stop
it.
it.
So that just
Stop it.
goes to show and prove. Like, yes, people come to
Stop
LA to ring chase. Why are they coming to LA to ring chase? Should be the question in which we're asking.
it.
Why?
Stop it.
The LA ain't won a championship since 2020. Why do they come to LA to ring chase? It's the question that we
2020 you
should
act
be
like
asking.
that was years ago. That was just 2 years.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it was just
Yeah,
2 years
stop it.
ago.
No, that, no,
Like
stop
why
it.
do they come to ring chase?
I don't
Because
know why they do that. I don't know why people do that. To
just
be
like
honest,
Apple products, they
here we go
recognize
with
greatness.
back with the Apple product thing. Stop it, bro. The Apple product thing is done. No one wants an Apple. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's it.
Exactly. You said you just
An
proved another
Apple,
point.
an actual Apple, not a Apple product. An actual Apple. The fruit
Hey,
itself.
if you had an Apple phone, it would diagnose you too.
No, man, get out of
WebMD.
here, bro. If I
But
had an
in
Apple
any
phone, I
case,
would probably throw it away, give it to somebody else. I would probably give an Apple phone away if I had one. I wouldn't even attempt to try and sell it to nobody. I just give it away. You know what I mean? In my opinion, trash phone. Come on, man. And they
well,
copy everything. The problem with Apple phones,
they
man, and I
do.
know this is not
They
smart. They
do.
copy they copy
They do.
everything
Yes, we
Samsung
do.
does.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
so
whoa,
why buy
whoa,
an
whoa,
Apple if
whoa, whoa,
why
whoa, whoa,
buy a
whoa.
copycat? Why buy a copycat?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Why
whoa,
buy a
whoa,
copycat?
whoa. Don't just act like Samsung is just that product, and we copying everything Samsung
Y'all
does.
do.
We
Y'all copy
copy.
everything
They copy
Samsung does,
what is good and going and trending in the
which is
industry.
everything Samsung has done. Android, which is everything. Y'all come back. Yeah, and then the problem is y'all try to introduce it like it's new. No, we've been there, done that. We us Android and Samsung users, we've been there, done that. What you're telling or trying to say is something new is not new to
The
us.
Apple, no, we're not saying it's something new. We're just saying it's something better.
No, I'm
That's
saying, but
all.
the way they present it on TV, the commercials.
It's
Oh,
new. It
we
is new.
have
It
the
technically it is new.
new the
It
new
is new
face
to.
recognition.
It
Bro,
is
we
new.
did that back in
It is
2018,
new
17.
to the
Stop it.
Apple. That is used to the Apple user. All they
We,
do. True
but I'm
enough, we
saying,
do it. We do
yeah.
go and wait for the trends to happen, and then we go and make the trend better. That's all. And it creates a better
Y'all did,
product.
how did y'all make it better? What did y'all do to make it better? Hey, name one thing that y'all copied from us that y'all made better.
We put an apple on the back of it.
That's made it, but did that make it better?
Yes.
No. No, it did not. It did. You putting a Apple on the back of a phone has no relevance on making it better. None whatsoever. None. It does nothing to the phone. The Apple being on the back. Nothing. Y'all face recognition is no better than ours. If not worse than ours. Like, really, what have y'all done? Nothing. Y'all are Apple is a bunch of copycats. Back in the day, we should call them biters. A bunch of biters from my Beach Street people. They are biters. East Coast. That's what y'all do. Y'all bite off of what Samsung and Galaxy does.
So
Android.
in NFL action,
Thank you.
NFL news,
Thank you.
there's some key dates, Bishop. Some key dates that we probably should know. Everyone probably should be aware of. Of course,
Wednesday.
Thursday, August the 4th, the Hall of Fame game will take place. So the
Mm-hmm.
Hall of Fame game is what, 3 months away, 2 months away.
Somewhere
Um,
with me, May, June, July. We have 3 months.
3 months, yes. July 4th, I mean August 4th, the Hall of Fame game takes place, which we will see the Jaguars versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, uh, the
We'll
eighth
see.
will be
Today,
the
tonight,
begin.
we'll find out, Anthony. We'll find out tonight.
The eighth will be the beginning of the
The eighth of
September 8th
what?
will be
Oh,
September, the
oh,
opener, NFL
oh,
opener, Thursday
oh.
night, first of the game Thursday night. Um, January the 8th. So what? 4 months later, the final day of the regular season, where we see the Eagles aren't in the playoff picture.
That ain't
Um,
gonna happen. That ain't
Sunday,
gonna happen.
February 12th, Super Bowl takes place at the State Farm Stadium in Arizona.
Okay, State Farm. It's in Arizona this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh,
San
that would be
Francisco,
perfect for Saturday.
yeah, San Francisco ain't gotta go too far.
They gonna be there no way, so it don't matter. They ain't gotta travel. They won't be there. Super
So
Bowl, please.
you,
Talking about
we
we ain't gonna make the play.
hold
You
up,
gonna
hold
say
up.
we not gonna make the playoffs, but y'all gonna make it to the Super Bowl. Boys,
Yeah,
stop. Boys, stop. You know better than that, Trey. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Do not believe the hype. Don't drink. Don't drink the juice.
we have proven ourselves to be
Proving
a
what? That y'all
commodity.
can make the playoffs. That's all y'all improved. Y'all ain't proved nothing else. Y'all prove what we prove. We can make the playoffs too. What have y'all actually proven? To be honest, don't worry. I'll wait. Because all y'all did is make it to the playoffs. Y'all didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So what have y'all actually really proven?
We went from 2-4 to 11-7.
Again,
2-4 in
proves y'all.
week 6 to 11-7 in week
2-4. You
17.
act like that's a horrible record. Y'all just had two losses more than y'all had wins. That's not a horrible record. It ain't like y'all was one and
That's
six.
a
That's not
whole
like y'all was. It wasn't like y'all was 1 and 5. Y'all was 2-4. That wasn't 1 and 5. 1 and 5 is more believable to say, okay, we did something. But 2-4, really? That come on, stop. You're reaching. You're reaching, bro. You're
two
reaching.
and four in week
Again, and
6
all of that to say y'all made the
to
playoffs.
11-7 in week
It would be
17.
totally different if
And
y'all was two
then
and four and made the Super Bowl. Y'all didn't
and
make the Super
then
Bowl.
as a 6th seed make it to the NFC championship game. And a touch interception away
Oh, here
from
we
being
go.
in the Super
You
Bowl.
knew that was coming. Y'all knew that was coming. Anthony, Key, y'all knew that. Jackie, y'all knew this was coming about the darn interception. Y'all knew in the long run, his whole thing was to bring up about that interception. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk except for Trey. But either way, that part, yeah. AP, I love it. That part. That
So
part
Anthony,
right there.
Anthony, you know what? I, Anthony, I'm all about the long game. So
Oh,
it may be that, but you know what happens in horror films? There's always a hand that comes up through the ground when
oh
when
my
you
God.
think they're
This
down.
ain't Michael Jackson Thriller. If you don't quit, this ain't Thriller. It's close to
So just
midnight. No, this ain't Thriller. Stop it.
that's exactly what it is. Oh, it
It's
wouldn't be
not what
thriller
this
anyway.
is.
It wouldn't be thriller anyway. I prefer Prince over Michael Jackson. So,
Oh my God. Here we
but
go.
it's
Hey,
great.
who y'all? Hey, Anthony Price, Key. All y'all. Who y'all got? Prince and Michael Jackson. And you know black guys die first. That part.
I'm mixed.
That part, Anthony. Black guys
I'm
will die first in the horror movies.
I'm mixed. So I don't know what I'm talking. I'm mixed. But yeah. So but the schedule, of course, like we said, the schedule will be released tonight, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, as we good for. As you just said in the comments, Anthony was talking about how they say the Cowboys and Washington have the easiest schedule than the Eagles and Giants in the NFC East. Um, maybe. I don't think it was going to make a difference anyway. But the schedules and rounds have the toughest schedules. So it's not like, so let's take this into consideration. It's not like the teams play just given a schedule. Where you finish is where you get your opponent from. So just like anything else, you're always going to get your opponent, which is your division opponent. Then whoever the Eastern, I mean the National League and American the AFC and NFC divisions in which you're going to play that year, you get their top person. So of course that's going to make it to where the Rams finish number one in the division. So they're going to get the number one team in those divisions, respective divisions, as well as one off from the other two divisions. So yeah, if for the most part it would be ideal that you're going to get the number one team from every division if you finish number one. Now that does not mean that they're going to be a number one top caliber team this year.
Who is not going to be a number one team this year?
I'm saying the other teams in those other conferences that they got to play. I mean the other because like say if the round, let's say the AFC East, right? I mean so yeah, in NFC East. I think yeah, if y'all have to play the AFC North and the NFC South, then you're going to play the number one team in those divisions from last year. But that doesn't necessarily mean that those teams from that was number one last year are going to be number one, only be number one caliber this year. So you might get Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay, well, I know you get Tampa Bay. No, y'all don't get Tampa Bay. But you might get because y'all played
Yeah,
them
we get
last year.
Tampa Bay. We got Tampa
Yeah.
Bay on our schedule.
Oh, y'all do?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so if that was the case, then it's like okay, if they was number one, then if they was number one in their conference, then that's where you're gonna get them for the most part. So that's how that ends up coming out. So that would be the reason, like Anthony was saying, why you get that number, that seed, those seedings. And of course, he said at that point, Cowboys made the playoffs, so how are they easy schedule? Probably looking at the overall who they be playing, like if like Kansas City isn't probably considered to be the number one team this year, but they're number one from last year, and they don't have the, so that could be why the schedules are looked at being easy. Of course, remains to be seen at the end of it when you, because the only thing you go off of is the wins and losses from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to see it so I can sit up and put it together how we going to get down this year. Last year,
Right.
did you? Of course, I'm very sure you did. Did you do a win loss for the Eagles at the beginning of the season last year?
What do you
Before the
mean a win
season
loss?
started, before the
Oh, how
season
many wins
started.
you was gonna get?
Yeah,
Oh no,
you didn't
no.
do it. So I did when I seen the 49ers thing come out. I did, and I think I had them going 12-4. I'm not 12-4. Was it 13-4? No, it might have been 12. It might have been 12. No, it might have been 13-4.
That's what you
Thirteen and
picked for
four.
the 49ers?
Yeah, and I was off. I was off by 2 games. And then
Oh,
I had, and then of course I had some of the games wrong in which I picked because there was some games that we lost that we should have won. Like we should have beat Cincinnati. Oh well, we did beat Cincinnati. It came close, but it was a couple of games in which we lost that we should have won. But at the end of the day, yeah, I had them. We did beat Philadelphia. I did say they was going to be Philadelphia, so that was good
I won't.
enough.
They won't beat Philly this year. Know
Yeah.
that. Know that part. I'll put that out there. If y'all on our schedule, I don't know if y'all on our
No, we
schedule.
not we not playing each other. We should y'all wasn't none of our opponents. Y'all ain't want that smoke anyway.
Yeah,
Uh,
y'all didn't want it. Y'all knew we was finna get some. We was finna get y'all some beat this year.
well,
Y'all
we
didn't
know
want that.
Kansas City and Tampa Bay will be playing Week 4 on Sunday Night Football. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
think that game is worth it. I,
What
I
do you
don't
mean?
think that's
Worth what?
I don't think that's going to be the hot game. A hot game. They might get flexed in Week 4. By Week 4, they might be like, "Nah, we finna flex this game."
Wow.
They might get pushed out. But everyone wants to see Mahomes versus Brady in his last hurrah. So
Oh
prime
yeah.
time,
Yeah,
prime
yeah.
time. Regardless if both the teams is garbage, they're gonna want to see that anyway. So, uh, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, of course, like I say, Week 4 Sunday Night Football. Uh, but this ends, Bishop. Tom Brady's Fox Sports contract. Tom Brady's contract, 10 years with Fox, $375 million. So he's going to be getting, he's going to be, you muted.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, his contract.
He's
Yeah,
getting,
he's still gonna be
he's
making
getting
millions of dollars.
he's getting game checks.
Yes,
He's
sir.
like, it's like he signed with the team for 10 years. It's like, yeah, this is just, all I'm going to do is sit in the pocket.
Oh, yeah, he getting mad
37
money.
and a half million to be on TV after you just, you know what? God is good.
What do you mean? Because he got $37.5 million.
A year after he just so I'm looking at he all the times in which he decided not to take pay cuts and all that type of stuff for the betterment,
Uh-huh.
and now he's gonna do is go sit in the booth and talk football, and he's gonna make $37.5 million a year for 10 years, all because his name's
We
Tom Brady. I'm sure.
no, all because he's the GOAT, sir. Don't do not
No,
disrespect
it's
the
because his name is
GOAT.
Tom Brady.
No, it's not
If
because
he
his name
fell
is Tom
off,
Brady.
if
It,
he fell off,
you can't fall. You can't fall off from being the
he's
GOAT,
going to
bro.
fall off.
You
He's going to
cannot
fall
fall
off
off
this
from
year.
being the GOAT. You cannot
He's
do
going to
that.
fall off.
That's not possible. You cannot fall off from being the GOAT. That's not. You can't do that. Once you have solidified yourself as the GOAT, you cannot fall off from that. Once you have created yourself as being the greatest of all time, you cannot fall off from that, bro.
He
Really?
might
That don't
not
even
fall.
make sense.
He may not fall off from being the greatest of all time, but he can fall off
Fall off of what?
where he's not the relevant person that he was before.
Well, of course he's aged. Of course he can. Yeah, of course that possibly. Yeah, that definitely can happen without question. But that's
So
anybody. There's nobody who's out there who's not going to fall off eventually. That's
exactly,
that's
that's
human.
that's why I'm saying he's gonna fall off.
You're
He's,
stating obvious stuff. That's not something to be like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. No,
and we
yeah,
didn't
you can fall off. Everybody falls off.
see how y'all use the age thing and plug and play the age thing. Pick a
Is it
side.
not true? You act like the age thing is not a true fact.
I know the
Everybody
age
has to
thing.
get
I
old.
know the age thing is a true factor, in
Okay.
which I said I knew he's coming. He's going to hit a wall, and they'll say not saying we're looking for it. I'm just saying that he's going to
Oh,
hit a
you
wall.
are. Oh,
Obviously,
yeah, you are. Oh, you are. You're definitely looking for the wall. If nobody else
he's
is,
gonna.
you are.
I'm
Oh yeah,
just saying I
you
have a
definitely
point to
are.
prove that he probably should have stayed gone. He can prove me wrong. Who am I? I'm just a person that simply talks sports.
You probably say he should have stayed gone last year, and look what he did.
No, I didn't say that last year. I didn't say that last year. I
So what's
didn't
the difference
believe
in
that he
one?
was
So
that.
what's
You
the
know what I'm
difference in
saying?
1 year? What's the difference
A
in
huge
1 year?
difference.
Huh? What?
It's a huge difference.
What? What's a huge difference? What is a huge difference in 1 year?
How do you feel from a year ago?
The
You're
same.
what 50, you're 51 now, right?
Right. I don't feel any different than I felt last year. I don't. It's a year. What? I don't feel any different. I don't feel 1 year older. No, I do not. I do not feel 1 year older. If I didn't know my birthday, God forbid, if I was to lose my mind or lose my memory or whatever, God forbid, and I forgot I was 51 and I thought I was still 50. I don't feel no different. I don't. I'm
You're
just saying.
part.
So
You're
you
part
mean
of.
to tell me
You're part. You're part of.
you mean
You're
to
part
tell
of.
me you feel drastically different from last year to this year,
No, I'm
or even
youthful.
just a little bit different? You feel
I'm
like
very.
you're a little bit different from last year to this year?
I'm very youthful. So no, I'm fine. So,
Oh,
but but what I was about to say is what I was about to say is
Tom Brady feels he's very youthful too. I'm sure.
I'm sure you do. He's youthful based off of all things. This is
And
genetics here, baby.
You're older than him, right?
This is this is genetics here. So I mean, I don't know what he got
Oh,
going on. I don't know what he's paying for. This is God given. Like so,
oh my God, this is
but
different.
yeah, I think I believe I'm older than Tom. Yes.
Right. So you said you
So
don't feel no different. What makes you think he will feel different?
I'm very sure he feels different. He says it. He said it. He talked about it.
He already said he's retiring already after this season. He's already
Yeah,
said that. Are you happy with that?
I would
Are you
retire too.
happy with that?
I would retire too. Like at this point, I don't. He's not
Yeah,
a
I
threat
get
to the
that
court.
part,
He's not.
Anthony. I get that. Your body, but if you have OTAs and training camps and practice in the game every week, your body will change. True, your body changes. Does that mean you feel older in your mind though? Does your mind absolutely change in age because of what your body's doing every year? No, a lot of older people will tell you that they feel better now than they felt ever in their life or in the past, and they're older. I'm just saying, not yes, not yes. You hear it all the time. How people feel better now than they did when they was younger, or how they feel better than they felt last year or 2 years ago. It's no different than a person who, you know what I'm saying, may have an ailment at one point and got past it. And now they feel better than they felt 2 years ago because they're over their ailment. God has blessed them to get over it. What's the difference? Don't worry, I'll wait. That's anybody. That ain't even just a trade. That's anybody. Tom Brady might be feeling the same way. For him to announce retirement early before the season even starts up this year, it tells you, okay, he has in his mind, okay, I'm at that point where, yeah, it's time to let it go. And sometimes you have to lig before it's too late. But right now, I feel like, in my opinion, Tom is still at a level which he can still play, which he clearly showed last year. And I don't see why he wouldn't repeat
I'll give you that.
unless
He
it's
showed that
his
last year.
line or they changed the offensive scheme. But we already know Byron Leftwich has now become the offensive coordinator, so that hasn't changed. So it's all about personnel now. If they changed up that line, missing pieces, there's some missing pieces now compared to last year, then that could be a drastic change.
Maybe
Only time will tell.
time will tell.
Yep.
What else we have here? Okay, so a new Mount Rushmore question, Bishop. If you
Oh,
can, let me get your Mount Rushmore of cornerbacks, CBs. Who is your Mount Rushmore?
all time.
Yes, all time.
Oh, Dion.
Mm, okay, of course.
Yeah, Dion. Richard Sherman.
Okay, I agree. Two for two right now.
Dion. Richard Sherman. Daryl Reeves.
Yes, three for three. Okay, I think we're not going. I think we're going to go. This is where we go opposite ways.
Um, yeah, I'm just trying to think of all of them. CP is in the league. Who are in the league?
Rod Woodson's,
Rod Woodson.
Charles
Charles Woodson.
Woodson's,
Yeah, I
uh,
would say Charles Woodson. No,
who?
Charles Woodson wasn't Charles Woodson a safety?
No, he's. I think he went to safety after once he got older.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. I'll give you Jalen Ramsey too. Jalen Ramsey. And Lattimore. That is a good one.
You think You think that Ramsey has earned his position already on the Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore? Think he really?
Yeah, Jalen is a beast, bro. Yeah.
So I figured we would go opposite ways. So mine's of course, like you said, Revis, Dion, Sherman. Shout out Hub City. But my last one, oh, you also had Champ Bailey's and stuff like that.
Oh, forgot about Champ.
Patrick Peterson.
Patrick
But
Peterson. Okay.
my last one was Daryl Green.
Yeah, I'm putting Daryl Green up there before Lattimore. I'm putting Daryl
Daryl
Green
Green.
up there before Lattimore.
Daryl Green don't get up there before Ramsey?
He probably could get up there before Ramsey too, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, Daryl Green definitely. Yeah, he probably could get up there before Ramsey too. Yeah, Daryl Green was a force.
Yeah, he was
and played so long.
Yeah, I was about to say, just like we have a conversation about aging, like you thought, like Daryl Green was still running 4.3s at in his late 40s,
late 30s, early 40s. Yeah,
yeah, like he was still doing his thing and holding it down.
Yeah.
So definitely Daryl Green.
Yeah, I forgot about Daryl.
Another start two, bench one, sit and cut one, the running backs edition. So we have Derrick Henry. We have Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook. Start one, start two, bench one, cut one.
Start Jonathan Taylor. And you forgot a name, to be honest. There's no way you didn't put golly, what's his name? From the Saints on there.
Alvin Kamara?
Yeah. There's no way you did not put it.
He already done cut himself. It's all right.
But you had you put Johnson on there.
No, I
yesterday for wide receivers. He already cut himself too. I'm
cut CMC. Well, I can see why that almost is like the same thing as Hopkins. Like
yeah, exactly.
But I'm not cutting him. I'm not cutting
Hopkins.
I'm not cutting Christian McCaffrey.
You said Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Taylor, and McCaffrey. Yeah, I'm cutting McCaffrey.
Really?
Yeah, because he can't stay healthy. Well, again,
I think his upside is too good to cut.
But does his upside have longevity? It don't.
I don't care. I'm keeping McCaffrey. If anyone, I'm keeping McCaffrey. He ain't gonna start, but I'm keeping McCaffrey.
No, I'm actually putting Cook.
You starting Cook?
Hell yeah, I'm starting Cook. I'm starting Cook and I'm starting Taylor. And then I'm
over Henry?
Yeah, because Henry can't stay healthy either. That's why I'm benching Henry.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
I'm benching Henry because when it comes time for it, for whatever reason, if Taylor or Cook gets hurt, Henry's gonna be fresh and he's gonna come out the gate killing. That's why I'm putting Henry on the bench. Because if one of them two get hurt, something happens, I got a backup in Derrick Henry to come in and fill them shoes. Boy, you talking about them some small shoes to fill. Small. Like he can't even put his toe in them shoes. Derrick Henry can't. Them some small shoes. He gonna come out there and kill whatever time it's time for him to hit the field. If Cook or if Taylor are hurt, Derrick is gonna be fresh and ready to run a muck. And yes, I'm cutting Christian McCaffrey. Yes, I am. Yes,
Uh,
he
McCaffrey
he
is
he he's too
his,
he's too injury prone for me.
I think his ceiling is too high to sit up and cut him in that case. Like, and he's
So
in
who so what's your, so what is your so what is your lineup?
Henry Taylor starting, CMC bench, cut Cook.
No.
So I see it differently. Of course, if he's able to be there, what I see is CMC is the perfect change of pace back in this offense. Henry and Taylor, we know, are going to be stellar in their performance. But
Yeah.
CMC, if
If
I got
Henry can stay healthy.
if with Henry staying healthy,
Right.
him and Taylor are going to be a monster. And
Agreed.
if and then
Agreed.
and then and then when after you've been pummeled and ran over and led astray, then you get CMC and you thinking, oh, thank you. And then he comes in, catches out the backfield, taking it
Who
to the
comes out?
house.
But who comes out? You know, the difference is, of course, you got CMC. I don't have CMC. I'm cutting him. But
If
who
you
comes
say
up? Who would be better coming off the bench, Henry or CMC?
So
Honestly.
from your standpoint, I can understand because he becomes a change of pace back in that sense to where you've been doing all this and now it's like you probably could be more on and now you got the ultimate in
Mm-hmm.
in bully ball to
That
sit up
part.
and come in and just
Beast
keep
mode.
smacking you like
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah. Beast
you
mode.
see is like it's like
The
all I heard
defense
was
is wore down.
all
The
I heard
defense
was
is wore
grunting
down. Yeah. The defense is wore down. Here comes Derrick Henry to just finish you off. Finish him.
fatality.
Yeah, fatality. Yeah, that's my thought process of Henry. After that's if Taylor or Cook were to go down. CMC, I got it. Great back, great
But
back,
CMC, yeah,
great out the
and C
backfield catching the ball.
and CMC, he'll go. He's not just a outside the tackle dude. He'll get it in the trenches too. So I mean, and he's
But
the
he ain't getting
smallest
them
of
in
the.
the, he
He's
ain't getting in the trenches like in Derrick.
oh no no
He ain't
no
finna
he's
truck
not.
nobody. He ain't finna truck nobody.
Just
He
wait
ain't
on it.
finna. Yeah, he ain't finna go through that hole and knock over a linebacker. Derrick Henry's finna. A linebacker's gonna think twice about trying to go up against Derrick.
Like people getting dunked on. Like oh
Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey,
just
coach, he
swat
don't pay
at it.
me enough. Coach, I'm telling you now, you don't pay me enough to hit this big dude. You don't. I'm telling you right now, he come my way, I'm moving.
It's gonna be a
Come on,
minute
bro.
minute.
Like you said yesterday about that fight, that's how they feel about Derrick Henry. They don't want that. They don't want that smoke, bro.
It was at that
Have you
moment.
seen? Have you seen the stiff arms Derrick give? Oh my God, bro. That's something CMC can't do.
All it took was two of them, and now no one wants to
That's
be
it.
on the other end of it.
That's
Like
it. CMC can't do that. Man, none of them other three can do that
But
like Derrick Henry.
CMC could take the ankles. He'll have you look at it. It
Now
comes.
he
It
will
comes.
catch
It's
ankles.
levels. It
He
comes
will
in
catch ankles.
levels.
Yeah, he will catch ankles. I will say that. But so can Cook. Cook can get you in ankles too. I've seen it. Cook will. Dalvin will shake you out your shoes too, out your cleats too. He will. But none of them three can give you that stiff like Derrick. None of them. None of them. And that's why I would love to pull Derrick off the bench and just have him just punish a team. Boy, I'd wait. You know what? Taylor or Cook wouldn't even have to be hurt. I'd wait to the second half and just unleash Henry. Just unleash him. Just pound him all second half.
Have the stadium start playing
What?
the music of a like a or the what's the sound of a hurricane or a tornado when it
No.
comes through.
Have the stadium play Spartans, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Tonight we feast, bro. I would have Derrick Henry come off the bench on the second half and just go ham on anybody. Don't care who it is. I'm going ham. But I mean, I get it. I get it. I like yours though, Anthony Price. I like yours. That's not bad. Henry Taylor, Cook. I like yours too. And I get where Trey coming from because out of all of them, CMC is the best
All purpose.
receiving running back. Yeah, all-purpose back. Yeah, out of all four. Out of all four, he's the best all-purpose back
I
without
hope he
question.
stays healthy this year. I like
But
seeing some games.
I was just about to say, I can't wait to the season to see out of those four which has the better season and which one stays healthy and which one
Oh, you
Can't
know
get
who
a good
probably
teacher.
gonna have man. Henry done had. I think Henry got a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, he does because he was on pace to break the
Yeah,
record.
he was holding it down. Even he was gone for 5 weeks and still was holding it
Yes,
down. Like that
yeah,
man was
he was on
out
pace to
there.
break the record, bro. Yeah, you know he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove for real this year. He really got something to prove. And God
But it might
forbid if
be
he
this
put on
one,
any type of weight or, bruh,
or
that
even
boy's
lost some
skinny.
weight.
That too, or lost. Put on or lose. And he probably been in the gym all summer. Oh, bruh, it's finna be ugly.
But you
This
know
is
he's
finna
been.
be
But
ugly.
it had. But without his running mate and AJ Brown, I mean they got Robert Woods there. And Robert isn't
Yeah.
bad, but I mean he's not
And they
young
got
as
what's
AJ
the
Brown.
what's the slot? The other dude. The other wide receiver they got.
Oh, they just picked up Jaden. What did they get? The dude out
They
of
got
Arkansas,
somebody. Who?
just Traylon Burke, or the
They got somebody.
who they drafted.
They got somebody. I forget who it was. They did. They got somebody. Um, so I think it's gonna take a little bit of the upside off of it. Yeah, but AJ Brown being going over and hit it over and him and Jalen are clicking already. Love it. Love
So
it.
I was checking out Twitter the other day, and I came
Mm-hmm.
across a post to where this guy Fins or Die put out a list of who he sees as the most overrated player on each NFL team.
Mm.
So let's go here and talk about this. Let's just randomly pick teams. The Baltimore Ravens. He feels cornerback Marlon Humphrey is the most overrated player on that team.
Who?
Marlon
You can't,
Humphrey, corner.
you can't be more overrated if I ain't heard of him.
For the Lions, newly drafted Jameson Williams, wide receiver, most
How can you
overrated.
say how can you say he's overrated? He ain't played a game in the NFL yet. In my opinion, how you gonna say that?
Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams, most overrated.
Really? Really?
Most overrated.
That's crazy.
The Philadelphia Eagles,
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts,
I knew that.
Most
I
overrated.
knew they was gonna say that. I knew
Uh,
that.
Dallas Cowboys.
Dak Prescott. Or no,
Mm-mm,
probably no, Ezekiel Elliott.
Leighton Vander Esch, the linebacker.
I agree with that one.
You think he's
They
overrated?
hell yeah.
He came out hot. Like he just I
He's
mean,
overrated. He's definitely overrated in my opinion. I truly
uh,
believe that one. Yep, I do.
Los Angeles Rams, Tyler Higbee, tight end.
I don't feel like he's overrated. In my
Like
opinion.
he's underrated if anything, huh?
If anything, I think yeah, I feel like he's underrated. If anything, yes, totally agree with that one.
Uh, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, overrated.
You almost have to agree with that because
Really?
the
He ain't
one the,
really. You think, I don't think he
the
really had an
season he
opportunity.
had because he had a huge upside coming out of the draft, bro, and he did not pan out. He did
I think
not.
he. I
So I
think
can
he.
see that.
I think he gets a reprieve, and we still get opportunity to see where he's at with that. Um, Now I would say that old dude for the Jets, I think he's on overrated status. He's on overrated notification at this point.
Who?
Uh, the quarterback, last year's drafted quarterback,
Oh, yeah.
he's on overrated status. I mean, uh, notification. The Chargers, Darren James Jr., cornerback.
No.
The Bills, Josh Allen.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, he's. I think Josh Allen's proven himself.
All day, every day.
Yeah, he's
No,
proven
he's
himself.
nowhere close to being overrated.
He's been working
He's
on it. He's
definitely
proven himself
he's
like
lived up to
over.
the hype.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely
he's
lived up to
been
the hype.
slowly but surely he's been inclining. Like, and you got to take. Josh Allen came from Wyoming. Like, who was checking for Wyoming? Whoever did the scouting on Josh Allen, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Marquise Brown, Cardinals, overrated. Hollywood is overrated.
Hmm. I don't think they
He gets a chance. He gets a chance to show differently
prove
because I
itself
mean,
this year. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
he
going.
gets a
It's going. Yeah,
chance.
the proof is
At
going to be in
least
the
six
pudding this year.
games. At least 6 games.
At least. Yeah, the proof is definitely in the pudding in this upcoming season.
The New England Patriots. Mac Jones, overrated.
Ooh, no.
You think he proved? You think he got some upside? He's
I
climbing.
feel like he got. Mm-hmm. I feel like he got some upside. Yeah, I do.
Detroit. I mean, Miami Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, tight
No,
end.
Tua tells, no. Tua is the overrated person on that squad. He's the overrated person on that squad.
Cincinnati
I agree.
Bengals. T. Higgins, overrated. Mm,
I don't see that one. I don't see that one.
uh, Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett. It's overrated. Possibly coming out of college. Yeah.
No, well, the expectations of him coming out, yeah, out of college, yeah, maybe so.
Who else? Derek Stingley Jr. Texans, overrated.
He hasn't
So
played a game. How are you gonna call him overrated? He
what?
has not played a game in the.
So the same thing
Derek
coming out of
Stingley
college
Jr. was one of the most was one of the
2 years ago. 2 years ago he was.
right.
He was
But
2 years
because of
ago.
the injury, that's
Yeah,
why.
the
Yeah, but
injury.
with that
Yeah,
injury, yeah. So you really can't say he's overrated because of the fact that he did get hurt. But no, I don't think Derek Stingley. He'd have to play first before you stop it, Jay.
Indianapolis, Indianapolis Coast. Jonathan Taylor, overrated.
Yeah.
So you know what? I mess with John Taylor, but
Yes.
I want to see what he does this year. I do because last year because Henry fell off and had the injury, had to be removed.
Mm-hmm.
Entered John Taylor, but as we just
Mm-hmm.
stated, it took John Taylor a good amount of time to even catch Henry, who was out 4 to 5 weeks before he even caught him. They
Right.
all started at the same time,
Right.
so yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Uh, Let me see who else we have here. Pat Surtain, Denver Broncos, cornerback.
Overrated?
Yep.
Ooh. I don't know about that one either.
Why are they doing this dude like that? Kellen Mond from the Vikings. You know, if he get
Who?
burned, like
I was about to say who?
he's a quarterback, the quarterback out of Texas
Oh,
A&M.
nice. Yeah, but he ain't even
Oh no,
played
he
yet.
transferred. He transferred. I think he had transferred. He went to transfer to TC. Not TCU. Was it TCU? I don't think it was TCU. I think it was Northwestern, but he transferred. I think
Mm.
Mond, Kellen Mond. Who else? Who else we got on here? Interesting. The Commanders, Terry McLaurin, wide receiver.
No, I don't see that.
The Saints, Cameron Jordan.
No, he's a beast. Jordan's a beast.
The Falcons. I don't know about this one. Maybe they might be on to something. Kyle Pitts, tight end.
No, the best receiver. That's the tight end. Who's their
Overrated.
best receiver? I think he'd be overrated as the best receiver for them. I don't know that one.
San Francisco, Fred Warner.
Who? Who the hell is that?
He's
Zach
all
Anthony.
he's our all pro wide our all pro linebacker.
Mm.
Buccaneers, Mike Evans.
Wow, are you serious?
Yep,
Yeah,
overrated.
like Anthony said, this guy, whoever made that list is stupid. Really?
obviously, I don't know how much solace they put into creating that list, uh, but yes, that was the overrated. Who he had as being overrated the for the in the NFL teams. Uh, so matter of fact, as we get closer to the season, Bishop, who would
Mhm.
you put as your top five in the NFC
Top five what? Teams?
teams? Yes, your power for the NFC right now on paper, because that's what we're talking about on paper. Who's your top five for the NFC?
Top five. Oh, let me get it right. Let me get it right now. Top five. Let's see. Um,
We done went through the draft. We done went through free agency.
Free agency still going actually.
Technically, yeah, it is because you still got
It's
some
still
people out
going
there.
on.
Do
So
you
man.
think? Do you think is anyone out there that could change that around for a team? Where it's like, oh man, they just got.
Uh, oh no. Let's see. Well, the top five would definitely be the LA, the Rams,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Rams, Green Bay,
Nowhere in hell, but okay.
Rams, Green Bay, Cincinnati,
NFC.
and in Cincinnati in the NFC.
They in the AFC.
Um, hold on. Yeah. So the
Oh my
oh no,
goodness!
I know it. I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, I know, bro. You know, I know.
See, see the hate and the bias.
I know. I know. And I looked right over. I looked right over that squad. I looked right over. 'Em. So let me really look at this and see. But I just said I said the NFC.
I,
Okay, the NFC.
mine's going
I
as
got.
you get as you get yours.
Hold on. I just said. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you right now. So
Okay.
here it is. I'm gonna go LA Rams.
At number
The
one,
LA
or this just
Rams.
in particular order?
In no particular order. Okay, five.
Okay.
Right out of all. Okay. So the Rams,
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks,
Mm-hmm. How did I know you was gonna say that?
Rams, the Bucks, the Packers, Arizona, and the Eagles. Yep, there it is.
So for me in the NFC, my number five would be for me in the NFC. My number five would be the Cowboys. Number
Wow.
four, number four,
You
number
screwed that list up already.
number four, the Eagles. Number three, the 49ers. Number two, the Saints, and number one, the Rams.
Wow. So you putting on the pack, and so you you boo on the Packers, the Bucks, and the Cardinals. Wow.
If it was a top 10, they would be in the top. Those teams would be in the top 10.
Oh
But
hell, they ain't but 12. You
15,
know is it 15?
15 in that, or 16 on that side. So AFC, yeah,
Yeah, you right, 16.
12 and 12, 16 and 16. I'm sorry,
Yeah, 16.
AFC. Who
AFC
you got
top
for the
five?
AFC?
Top five AFC. Let's see. Buffalo, without question. I had them in the what's called. That's right. You're right. Buffalo, Kansas City.
I think the AFC is harder this year.
Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati. Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Chargers. Oh, the Raiders. Yeah, Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Chargers, and Raiders. Yep. Three out of the AFC West.
Uh, so I think for me, top five. Number five, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think my number five, Baltimore, number
Ooh,
five. Um, Baltimore number five, Chargers number four, Cleveland number three, Raiders number two, Bills number one.
you had three teams that made the playoffs out of you. That's sure.
Yeah, but the Ravens was just on the cusp,
Yeah.
and then of course the Browns they have a whole different team than they did last year. So I foresee them doing damage in what you look at it. Now I think it was closer because when I look at it, if I had a next five in the AFC, it definitely would be the Dolphins, the Steelers, the Bengals. Um, I'm just not sold on Denver yet. They got to surprise me. Um,
That's why I couldn't. There were certain teams in which I couldn't pick. I can't pick Baltimore yet because I don't know exactly what they're gonna bring to the table. Definitely couldn't pick Miami. Um, yeah, Denver. I don't know. I know Carson. I mean, Carson Wentz. I know Wilson is there. Russell is there, but what is he gonna do? Is he gonna change that 7 and 10 to 10 and 7 next year? Is he gonna flip those numbers? No. 10 and 7 get you in the playoffs versus a 7 and 10. But can he do that with that squad? And yeah, that part into it. You saw that too. The Super Bowl contenders, and he didn't Super Bowl participation. They made it to Super Bowl. And you don't have them in the top five.
wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for what? Oh wait.
There's just not. So one is just on paper, and I mean, it may change in and out. So Cincinnati, I just don't think Cincinnati is that. They have again another team that has to prove what they did last year isn't holding for this year.
But but yet and still. You put Dallas in the NFC at number five. Mind you,
And
you didn't put you didn't right. Mind you, you didn't put the Bengals in there. Period. But you put Dallas in the NFC.
I think the NFC is a weaker conference this year than the AFC.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Six teams out of the AFC are strong. Compared to the NFC, you got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight teams, nine teams that are strong in the NFC. My six teams for the AFC or for the AFC were strong teams were Buffalo, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Kansas City, Vegas, and the Chargers.
See now, if with the NFL, if you go with the NFL, their top five for the Eastern Conference is Buffalo at one, at two Cincinnati,
Which I just said.
at three Kansas City,
Okay.
at
Makes sense.
four Denver, and five
Woo!
the Chargers.
Now the Denver one, I was all good until they threw Denver in. Denver,
That'll
I
be
just
there.
don't know yet.
That's
I
after,
just
and that's after the draft for
draft and
the
trades and all. Yeah,
yeah.
I got it.
So
Yeah, but
for the
I'm still out on Denver yet. I
for the
still got to see what.
NFC,
Uh-huh.
their number one is the Raiders. I mean, is the Rams.
Of
Two
course,
Tampa Bay.
I said too.
Three San Francisco. Green Bay at four,
I said that.
and, and number five is number
Cow-
five. Number
Cowboys
five is
on
the
Tampa Bay.
Cowboys. The
Yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah, I forgot.
Cowboys. And their top five in the NFL is the Bills at one, Rams at two, Buccaneers
Mm-hmm.
at three, Cincinnati at four, San Francisco at five.
Oh wow, damn! They put San Francisco in there over.
Come on now, stop playing with us.
They put San Francisco in there over the Raiders
Mm-hmm.
and the Chargers
Matter of fact, the Raiders is number 11
and
in there.
Kansas City
Oh, the Raiders is number 10.
and Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, way above Tennessee. Their top ten or the other five is Green Bay at six, Kansas City at seven, the Broncos at eight, Chargers at nine, and the Raiders at 10. Which
Oof.
the Raiders moved up for them. Chargers dropped two spots from seven to nine. Uh, Kansas City moved up two spots from nine to seven. Uh, and everyone else was Bengals dropped. The Bengals dropped, and then I don't understand how Tampa Bay moved up,
Because of the GOAT. I
but
keep telling you.
because no damn goat.
It is because what other reason would it be? You can't. I guarantee if you take the GOAT off of there, I bet you they won't even be in the top 10. If you remove the GOAT, I guarantee they probably wouldn't even be in the top 10.
Oh, without a clear, yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt, yeah.
So it's obviously because of the GOAT. That's what I'm telling you. It's because of the GOAT. Wow.
Do you think Rob Gronkowski comes back?
I don't know, man. He's taking a long time to make a decision.
Because he knows what the pending doom that's coming. He don't want to be a part of that. He wants to go out where he is.
No, he don't. He definitely believes in you. That's his ace boot and coon, man. He's not gonna he ride or die for Tom. Come on, bro. Tom to say, hey Gronk, one more man, this is my last one. Gronk gonna be alright, man. I'm gonna turn with you then. Come on, bro. I guarantee you, he gonna give it one last draw, one last hoorah with Tom in hopes to try and win another championship. And then if not, they both gonna take it to the house.
I can't
And
wait.
Gronk is probably gonna be on somebody's what's it called too.
I can't wait till this fantasy season.
Me either. Me either.
You gotta find a format,
Mine's
either NFL or ESPN. I prefer NFL's format.
is it NFL's the one I like or is it ESPN? I like Yahoo's. Is it Yahoo?
That's probably my little brother likes Yahoo. I can't stand Yahoo's.
I like Yahoo's. Why come back for one more year and you might not get on it? Why? What? Why?
Exactly, Anthony.
Because you may get a
Exactly,
ring.
Anthony.
Because there's a possibility you may get a ring too. The key word is might. Might can go either way. Might not, and might. Why does Grunt need to go and take it on home?
Like I just said, go out. You good. You already know where you're at right now. Don't embarrass yourself any further.
How is he
Like
going? How would he embarrass himself being with Tom Brady? How?
Tampa Bay is not going to be what
Yeah.
y'all think it is.
So
Nowhere remotely close
Tampa
to it.
Bay,
Tampa
Tampa
Bay
Bay.
is going to be 8-9.
Ooh, you are crazy. They were 13-4. You mean to tell me they're going to drop to 8-9? You're
It'll be 8-9.
out your everlasting mind,
All
bro.
right, I'll give them 10-7.
That's playoff
And
bound,
that's
baby.
pushing it.
That's playoff bound, baby. That's playoff bound.
And that's pushing it.
9. What? Are you serious? 8-7? Stop it. You're crazy.
That's just not going to be the same
Oh, you
team.
can't be 8-7. You would have to be 8-9.
Well, I said 8-9, nine and
Yeah,
seven. Yeah. So,
9 and
but
7 or not? 17 games. You mean 9 and
yeah, 17. What? In any
9
case,
and 6
no,
or
they're not
9
going to be
and
nine. It would be 9-8.
9 and 8. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'll give them 10-7. But that's pushing it.
Wow.
That is pushing it.
Wow. This is coming from a guy who has an opportunity. If he has an opportunity, he would pick the GOAT as his quarterback in fantasy.
I would.
See why? If he's having a downfall, if you see this don't make no sense. If he's about to have
Oh,
a
no, no, what?
dismal
No, you know
season,
what?
if he's about to have a dismal
I stand.
season,
I stand
why
corrected.
would
I
you pick him?
remove the last statement from the record because I got.
Oh, okay.
I
I
don't
was about
want
to say
to.
that makes
Well, no,
no
that's not.
sense.
Well, it's not. That's not why I'm saying remove it. I have to keep in mind that some people that are going to be
He is
my
Leo. He is.
that that's going to be my opponents are on this feed. So I have to keep it to where no one
Oh
knows.
my God, y'all in this scared money don't make money. Boy, he's scared about showing their hand.
So yeah.
Good
So yeah.
Lord,
So
they
yeah.
scared.
So
It
yeah.
don't even matter because the fact of the matter is I can tell. It don't matter because the fact of the matter is you don't even know where you're gonna be in the draft.
I
So
don't care. So understand, I could be last in the draft. I don't care. I'm going to make picks. Like y'all, like it don't make a difference.
I can't wait,
I'm
bro.
that dude. I'm
Oh,
that dude when
Anthony,
it comes.
Leo, all y'all, man. I cannot
That's I
wait
can't.
for the
That's that.
fantasy.
I
I
don't care where I'm
cannot
at in the draft. Like
wait.
I'm not.
Wait.
I don't have no quarrels with being anywhere in the draft. I could be
Oh, okay.
first. I could be middle of the draft. It don't make a difference. I'm going to make picks. I'm nice with it. But
We'll
I
see.
but
We
what I
about to see
don't.
just how nice he gonna be. We gonna see how nice he gonna be, bro. We gonna see. We gonna see just how nice he gonna be when we get this first formation fantasy going.
Yeah, that's so I'm not, you know what I'm saying, that's the least of my worries about where I'm at in the draft. Well, then
Anthony,
again, you know what? I stand corrected. It does matter depending on how many if it's a
yeah, I
20.
know it does. That's why I ain't saying nothing. I know it does.
Well,
Because
and that
if we was
part
to
might
have
be
15 people in
yeah,
in the league,
that does make a
boy,
difference.
that's
Yeah,
gonna make a
yeah,
huge
that does make a
difference.
difference.
Because
But
that's
I'm like
15
Liam.
quarterbacks off the board.
Oh, I'm not worried
15.
about. It's enough quarterbacks to find. I'm going to find me two quarterbacks
It
that's going to
ain't
make it work. It's just a matter of
it
where they're
ain't
picking at.
15 quarterbacks that's gonna be good. That's gonna get you past in the draft in fantasy, bro.
It
Mm-mm.
fits. It has to be because all of them are starters. Now
That
it's a
don't make
couple.
that just
It's a
because you
couple.
a starter don't make you a good
It's a
fantasy
couple.
quarterback.
It's a couple of them that's not going to be. I don't. I just need you to get me points. That's what I need. Like
Because
Julio said, find the
if I'm
diamond
not
in the rough.
mistaken,
That's my.
if I'm
That's
not
the
mistaken,
one thing I would say. Every
isn't
I
Trey
do
Lance a
exactly.
starter? If I'm not mistaken, isn't Trey Lance a starter?
Yes,
And
he
I
is.
guarantee you would not pick him in your draft.
He wouldn't be my first pick. That's correct. He wouldn't be. He
Okay,
would. He would be.
okay,
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't pick him, but he wouldn't be. He would be one of those I would wait
exactly.
later to.
But you saying there's more than 15 starters. It don't matter if you're a starter. That don't mean you're gonna be a good pick in the draft.
Just
Look,
wait
look,
for
look,
it.
look, 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 look,
Yeah,
look, look, look,
yeah.
look, 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 look. You've already look. You trying to
Look,
find out. Look. Don't worry, it's coming in. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Look. People want backup quarterbacks already. Look. Trying to see what the how the game plan gonna be. Look, want to see if they know why you need two quarterbacks, Anthony.
yeah,
Why you need
definitely
to?
not.
Why you need two? Just in case your first one don't pan out? No. See, I don't like that. I don't even like
Yeah,
that.
it'd be one. It'd
You
be.
hoping
I'm
one,
pretty sure it'd be one. One, just
yeah,
one quarterback
yeah,
starting. One starting quarterback.
yeah. Ride or die with that one. Don't try to hope. Oh, well, if you don't do good, at least my other one will bet. No, no. Yeah, look at him already. This is gonna be a good season. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I know. We know. I know a lot of people. And why they got two is that way. If your quarterback, if you run one, if he does bad, that means you just out of luck. With two, you hoping that if one does bad, the other one does better. But if you only got one, mm, let's go. Now you can have three, four receivers, two running backs maybe. It is past 1100 hours Central Standard Time. So with that, man, it's about to call it. It's time to call it. Call the formation. We definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all who came on the show. Leo's, the Anthony's, the Keys, all of y'all, man. We definitely appreciate y'all so much for tuning in to First Formation Monday through Friday, 0900 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time. That's 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. for you civilian personnel. We cannot have a first formation without y'all. We really appreciate y'all. We thank y'all so much. Please continue to follow us. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you're doing. Also, tell your friends about the show, man. Let us know. Let's keep more people. Let's keep more people on the show, as well as yeah. Stay tuned, man. First formation inaugural fantasy football league is coming up, and it's coming soon. So be on the lookout because when it comes, it's gonna probably be it's gonna be something to talk about. Hopefully you got thick skin because when the time comes, it's going to be great. With that, man, I thank all of y'all again. Like I said, hopefully y'all enjoy y'all the rest of y'all Thursday. Y'all have a great Thursday. Be safe out there. Um, enjoy one another. Be kind, and have a great Thursday. Trey, what you got for 'em?
Hey, so of course, like you said, is that time. Of course, we look forward to the guys. Please, like he was just saying, have your people like, subscribe, and all that. Or even if you haven't yet, like and subscribe a channel, YouTube channels. Subscribe to them. Of course, those numbers help in some way, form, or fashion, depending on what the avenue which we plan to go, or where unit the networks or the show is going. Uh, always be chill here, 09 to 1100 hours. We're getting into that. You know that when you cut your hair, when you're trying to grow your hair, Court Bishop knows this. When you decide I'm going to grow my hair, and you get that ugly stage, like now at this point in the season, that's what kind of where the ugly stage is. We're getting ready, not saying anything bad, but we're getting ready to transition uh NFL talks into a little baseball talks and a little stuff like that, WNBA. The NBA is getting ready to come to a close. We transition out of that and get it into maybe USFL, baseball, boxing, and maybe a little bit here and there. NCAA football is coming back, so we're in between phase. So it may get a little slow stagnant here where we find different ways, but we'll find different ways to continue to talk and bring up and talk about these things that need to be talked about for the most part. But we greatly appreciate y'all coming on, falling in with us every morning. Y'all know today's Thursday. Tomorrow, uh, we may have a little something to talk about. We might get into some official talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that's really ambitious warehouse. I mean wheelhouse where I might sit here. Yeah, boxing, UFC, as we know, Javante Davis got a fight coming up. Um, so to check this out, but you might get into some officiating, which is more ambitious wheelhouse. So I might sit back and listen to I think a one or two person panel where we talk officiation. Of course, we would have Ron here most likely. So yeah, to see just hear this some talks about officiating and the aspects and different things. So it should be an interesting talk. I know I have someone that has a conspiracy or not conspiracy wants to talk about it for the simple fact of the officials is part of the game too, but how much of a part of a game? Can the game go on without officiating? I don't know. Could it? I don't know. We'll talk about that. So greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us and checking in, following in this morning. So we want y'all to go ahead and get everything started. Get down to the motor pool. Get to your work area. Uh, so that way you can get the hours to pay the bills. Appreciate y'all coming on with us this morning. At this point, so tench hunt, fallout. See you tomorrow morning.
Side, Roll 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Peace.